We are back. Welcome to another episode of Dead to Us. That is my amazing girlfriend, Shire Spence, with our little cute, quiet dog, Teddy, sitting in her lap. It is Easter Sunday. We're all stuck at home.
It's snowing.
It's snowing here. Hopefully, wherever you're at, it's nicer. We've been taking walks, trying to get sunshine to help us through this, but no walking today. We are stuck inside. Shire's on TikTok. What's your TikTok?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it's just Shire Christine.
My social media wizard over here is killing the TikTok game. If you would like to follow her, she would love that.
Pretty much killing it.
There she goes. Playing.
It's Shire Spence.
Shire Spence. If you want to follow her on TikTok, she's been making incredible videos with our dog and
Tickety tackety bippity boppity.
Tickety tackety bippity boppy. We are on the verge of losing our minds.
No.
Shire for sure. She's gone crazy this morning.
What?
You were a little crazy.
¿Qué pasó?
¿Qué pasó? But in the big news, the good news, the great news, we have made it to 40 Patreons. Yes.
Correct.
Damn it. Wrong button.
Wow.
We have made it to 40. Our 40th Patreon is a good buddy of mine. He's supposed to come visit us out here in Denver, my buddy Marco Rivera.
Sounds like a good friend.
I know. Everyone makes that joke. Well, I just butcher names. That's how you know you've made it's Rivera. Rivera.
How do you say my name?
Shire Spence. Or jabroni-ass shit talker. Well, Marco's my boy. Marco, thank you for becoming our 40th Patreon. Thank you for calling in and leaving a nice message. Look at this. I'm going to play his message. Because he's out here in Iowa. He's probably freezing today. But listen to this.
Senior Brandt Tobler, Patreon number 40. Marco, calling to let you know that just finished your episode with Sean Latham. That was pretty fucking awesome. And everything you're doing is awesome. Even through the corn 2020, you're still out there hustling. And we, as the fans of you, appreciate that shit, man. So, just calling the hotline for the first time. Just tell you that we appreciate you. And, when this is all over, we're going to come down and check you out. Hopefully at Comedy Works in Denver. And it'll be a good fucking time. Later, buddy.
Look at that. That's Marco with the call on the voicemail. Thank you, Marco, for the nice voicemail.
Long-time listener, first-time caller.
Long-time listener, first time on the hotline. And he left us a message, and it was very sweet of him. Thank you, Marco. And thank you guys all for all the kind words. Special shout-out to Brother George. Brother George bought... shout out to everybody that bought books, but Brother George, the sweetheart that he is, he sent me $120 today, and books are only $20. And I said, Marco, what do you want me to do? Brother George, what do you want me to do? And he said, if there's anybody that can't afford a book or is struggling, he's got it. So if any of you guys need a book, or if times are tough and you want a book, you can thank Brother George. Shoot me an email, Brandt@BrandtTobler.com, and we'll send you a book. Mm-hmm. So that was very nice of Brother George. I'm sorry, I got distracted because Becky is our dental hygienist, one of our Patreons. We're trying to get her on this show, but she is, I think, about to have Easter dinner.
I told you.
Yes, dinner ready in 10. Can I message you as soon as we finish eating? It's okay. We will just do it next week. Sorry.
What did I say?
Shire, you did predict this. Becky Shire said... I said, let's go down and do this because we usually do it late night and we wanted to have Becky on. So I said, but let's do it now. And she's like, they'll be having Easter dinner. And they are.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You need to hold the show for a second. I got to text Becky. Go ahead.
Oh, okay. So this one time I was sitting upstairs with Brandt Tobler and he looked at me and he was like, babe, I think I'm losing my mind. I think I've actually become a crazy person. I'm not even good at comedy. I am never going to get hired back by Comedy Works again. I wrote 5 books. Nobody even cares about it. Oh, hey, you're back.
I'm back. What was that?
What?
That is not what I said.
You don't know.
I do know what I said, and I did not.
You aren't even listening to me, fool.
Okay, this is what I deal with now. I let Cher watch Ozarks, and now she thinks she is Ruth from Ozarks. Give us a little Ruth.
I just gave you a little Ruth.
But give a happy Easter to all our listeners from Ruth from Ozarks. Go ahead.
Hey, little buster baby.
Oh, now you clam up. You are such a buster. You suck. All right, let's get this show started.
This is why you suck.
This is why you suck. Yeah, so we're back. Hopefully everybody's good. We've just been locked in. I mean, we haven't done anything really. We do have something very special for you guys. Mm-hmm. We had to bring in the big guns to record something for this episode. So we'll get to that in a little bit. That's what they call a tease in this business, you know. And
just like you.
Just like me with the low T. We're still trying to get my wiener fixed. For those of you who watch Facebook Live.
That's your rapper name, Low T's.
Low T. I'm Low T on the mic. I wish my dick still worked every night like it did when I was a kid. But now it's like there's a lid and it just don't want to pop up. I don't know. But anyway, Brother George is texting in right now. Brother George, what is he saying? We're going live with Brother George. You think of Andrew Schultz. I don't know. I'll deal with that later. Shout out to Andrew Schultz. So yeah, we're just here. What can we tell him?
Well, we made a mask. Everybody's probably seen it.
Yeah.
And we've been having some crazy COVID dreams. Have you had any crazy dreams?
I did. I've had some crazy dreams.
Do you remember them?
Yeah, a little bit. They're weird and they're embarrassing. So I don't know if I want to talk about them, but...
Did I tell you the one about the wings?
No. Let's hear it. Here is our new segment because we're quarantined and nothing is going on and there is no sports. This is called What the Fuck Was Shire Dreaming About Last Night?
What the fuck did Shire eat before she went to bed? I had a dream that my property management company that runs my house in Colorado Springs, I had a dream that I went into their office because they were known to have the best wings in Colorado Springs. But they got all weird with me because of Corona. And so I sat down at one of the desks like that these people are working at to eat the wings that I like microwaved in their microwave that apparently were the best wings in town. And they were like, oh, you can't eat these here. You have to go because of COVID. And I was like, oh no, like I'm not sick, but like I'm just here to have some wings. And I was like sitting at a desk filled with paperwork trying to eat delicious wings at my property management company.
So you just are always thinking about wings.
Apparently. I had another crazy roller coaster underwater dream.
Which what? You were on a roller coaster underwater?
I was at work and then I got into this like capsule pod thing with like there were like rows and I was in the very, very back and the door came down like a suicide door. So like everybody loaded in through the back and then I was supposed to pull the door down. Well, I was trying to pull the door down, but it like wouldn't. I was like, you know, when you're like, when you try to punch in your sleep and you like, it's like the slowest motion ever. So I was trying to pull this door down and I just like, it was like moving in ultra slow-mo. I couldn't get it down. And all of a sudden this ride takes off and we go diving underwater. So now we're underwater. I'm afraid that I'm going to make everybody suffocate because I can't get the door shut. But then I realized we're like under the water. I'm still very as slowly as possibly trying to get this thing shut. And we're seeing like underwater fish and seaweed. We're like in the ocean, but it's like a high-speed roller coaster. And then I realized I was holding my breath the whole time because I didn't want to drown. But then I realized that everybody else was just breathing like normal. So then I finally was able to get the thing shut. And then we like flew out of the water like a dolphin and like landed back in the salon.
Sounds like you're having a dream like you kind of want to kill everybody you work with. But then you got it conscious at the end and was like, I better not kill all these people.
Maybe. I don't know.
I've had a lot of crazy dreams, obviously, from not drinking. I remember them all now, so they've been weird. I'm on 29 days sober.
I think
Or 27. I don't know. It seems like an eternity, which is the longest I've ever gone.
I think every day you add 2 days.
No, well, I don't know what it is, but I started on so I'm at 28, I think.
You started on the 15th.
So I started on the 15th.
Today's the 12th.
So yeah, 28 days, 4 weeks. I think my body is enjoying it. My face is healing up a little bit. Yeah.
And you will remember your dreams.
Yeah, but they're all weird. I don't want to talk about them. They get real weird. One, I was like, all right, I guess I'll talk about them. But one, I was like going on like a gay like weekend with this dude that we know.
Oh.
And it was like weird. And then luckily you came. And then I was like, oh, I'm not gay. This is my girlfriend. And then so we started hanging out. And then our gay friend was like getting mad at us that I wasn't like hanging out with him because we were like supposed to be on this excursion. And then I started to panic and I was like, Shire, I think we got to get out of here. And then I woke up.
That's something.
I know, it was weird, right? I've had some weird.
Who was it with?
Who's your guess?
Well, it's not Chancellor.
No. We don't know that many more gay guys. Who do you think it is? I don't even want to say it to put him in a weird spot. But
I don't know. Well, we won't. It's all right.
Yeah.
Well,
it was
that's
weird.
An interesting dream.
That was just the one I had.
About that.
Huh? You've always worried that I was almost gay. I've been called a lot of things, but I don't think anyone's ever thought I was gay. But I don't know. What did you ever think I was?
No, that's like one of my biggest fears, though, because my aunt walked in on my uncle giving his best friend a hand job, and it like ruined all of their lives.
Really?
Mm-hmm. But then my uncle, so they got divorced. Everybody in the family does drugs now. They're all absolute messes. They've all lost their minds. And that's like the point that everything went downhill. But he remarried a woman.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Well, I think I'm a lot of people's rock bottom, honestly, because there's been, I think, 2 times in my life where girls have like dated me or hooked up with me, and then when they were done with me, they went to lesbians. And one time a girl hooked up with me when she was drunk, and then like the next day she never drank again. Almost like God, I hooked up with Brandt Tobler, and then she's never. I don't think she still drank to this day.
Wow.
Embarrassing, right?
That's something.
What is your answer to everything? That's something.
I don't know.
I don't. This episode's gonna suck if your answer to everything is, well, that's something.
This episode's gonna suck if you keep checking your phone and you don't know what to say.
Well, I'm not. Becky's texting us to say she eating
got
dinner.
The good hair.
Becky with the good teeth. Remember, she's the dentist. So I don't know, but I don't. Why do you keep saying that's something?
Because it is.
But do you think it means something?
Well, it's either good or it's bad, but you don't have to say either way. It's like the most beauty pageant answer on the streets. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, my watch is telling me to breathe now, so this is going well.
Baby, you are the worst co-host I've ever had. You are not on fire. Shire's on fire. Okay, get back to the show.
Let's talk about the lady
that
drove around the block.
Did we talk about that yet on here?
No.
Oh, okay. So, our neighborhood is nice. It's pretty nice, right?
Ish.
They're de-gentrifying it. Is that what it's called?
They are gentrifying it.
But it used to be hood. It used to be like the last place you want to go. Mm-hmm. So we live in a place called 5 Points. But growing up in Wyoming, and Wyoming was naive. We didn't know anything about real gangsters. But there are some real gangsters around here, as I found out yesterday. But
you found
on my walk.
Yeah,
it's real out here. But our neighborhood's nice now. But then they put in these like low income apartments right across the street from our house, which is definitely a trap house. I know we talked about that on here. Mm-hmm. But we were just going for our walk, so we have our masks and we stay away from people. But we walk every day to try to get exercise because we just eat all day the rest of the day. If you guys follow Gluten Free and Sexy or my page, you see all the amazing shit Shire's making us. But we're just going for a walk yesterday, just minding our own business, right? Mm-hmm. And out of nowhere, what happens?
This car, they kind of yell, and then they circle the block, which we weren't expecting.
Mm-hmm.
And then we're coming up to a crosswalk, and they pull up to like cut us off. And this big black lady leans out the window and says, "Hey girl, are them titties real?" And I looked at her, we're like,
we stopped dead in our tracks.
and I said, "Why would you say that to me? Because what the actual fuck? Why would you say that to anybody that you don't know?" And she goes, "'Cause they too big." And then they sped off into the sunlight.
And then they just drove off.
Yep.
Which is weird because they were just big fat chicks that also probably had just monster fat titties.
Yeah.
Your titties look great, but you were in a sports bra and you've been crushing it on your workout. So your body is banging, girl. So I'd take it as a compliment, but we were definitely in a weird spot of like.
They circled the block.
I know. And there's like 3 just huge fat black women in there. So like I always want to defend your honor, but I don't know what the fuck I was supposed to do in that situation.
Well, I think you just laughed.
Yeah, I was like, well, what are we going to say? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it is a compliment. Listen, my mom always taught me, if you ever get catcalled, you just say thank you.
Yeah.
But in a situation like that, it didn't really feel like a cat call.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I was like, why would you say that to me?
Well, that's what happened. I was lost all track of date, time, everything. So I don't know what stories we've told on here, but did we talk about how you were hula hooping in the front yard?
Yes.
Oh, okay. And you were just surrounded by dudes staring at you. And I was like, what am I supposed to? I mean, it's flattering. It's great that you're beautiful. And I assume people are going to look at you. But I was just waiting for someone to make an inappropriate comment. And I'm like, what? It's one group of 4 and one group of 3. What am I going to say? Like, I guess I'd say, hey, man, shut your fucking mouth as I backpedaled right into our house and locked the doors and told Teddy to bark louder. Put Teddy on a microphone so he sounds a little tougher. But it's one of those weird things. I don't want to get in a fight.
Yeah.
But, I mean, I will fight for your honor if I had to.
Well.
But I would always try to avoid it.
Fighting scares me.
Yeah, I don't think you'd want me to fight. You don't even like it when I talk shit to people on the internet.
I know. And I've never been in a fight.
Never?
Mm-mm.
Have you ever been close?
No.
It's weird.
Because I'm not a fighter. Like, I will do anything to not fight.
To not fight?
But the funny thing is, I dream about it a lot.
About fighting?
Yeah.
I really haven't been in that many fights at all, really.
I just can't throw a punch to save my life. Maybe when this is all over, I'll start doing like kickboxing.
Just slap a hoe. Slap her.
Like Kim Kardashian.
Yeah, just straight whack a bitch. So yeah, that happened.
That happened.
That's
and
our
then
walks.
One night I think we were sitting down here, and I was scrolling through Facebook, and I'm Facebook friends with this girl who's just the most obnoxious person ever. She's the type of person that airs all of her grief on Facebook 100% of the time.
Mm-hmm.
And she made a comment saying that she was sick, and she felt like she thinks she has corona, but then like the day before she was like, oh, I'm moving, whatever. So anyway, I went to go unfollow her, except I accidentally like refollowed her.
But so you weren't even following her in the first place?
No, I was following her, and then when I went to go follow her, apparently I like requested
a friend request?
A friend request, even though we were already friends. Or maybe I unfollowed her and refollowed her all in this. I don't know what happened. But then I get this notification like 20 seconds later that's like, oh, she's accepted your friend request. And I was like, well, that's not what the goal was.
Let me tell you the worst people in the world. I hope none of you guys are like this, but so on my Facebook, I'm at 5,000 friends just because over time, but I delete. When you get to 5,000, you can't add anymore. So I delete people all the time because I want to add like our Patreons and real people that'll come to shows and support. So I get rid of comedians a lot. Because comedians, I don't need comedians following me on Facebook anyway.
Well, not like open micers.
Yeah. Yeah, but I mean my friends. But I don't, once you're my friend, you're not, but anyway, so I have to thin the herd a lot. But the worst people I've ever encountered are the people that have installed that app that the second you unfriend them, they'll request you like right back or send you a message like, hey, why'd you unfriend me? It's the worst feeling. And most awkward thing, it happened to me the other night. This dude was arguing about his baby mom or something. And I was like, I don't know when we're doing shows again. And I need to open up room for people that support me or like my actual friends. So I unfriend him, and then he fucking immediately friend requests me back like 5 seconds after I unfriend him. And then he just starts writing on posts like, hey, I don't know why you did that or something. I'm just like, oh my God, it's like so awkward.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I don't know.
Why would you ever have that anyway? I don't ever
I think that app
know.
is just torture.
Yeah.
But I have figured out over time, I will say I could be a pouty bitch. So there's times when I went to someone's page and I was like, oh, for real? Oh, you don't follow me anymore? Okay. All right. Then I just block them.
Oh.
Very childish. So actually, let me take this. Let me walk this back a little.
You just don't agree with the app, but you will block people if they unfriend you.
Yeah, if I find out. Well, yeah, sometimes. If you're supposed to still be my friend and then you just like unfriend me, then I was like, well, fuck it then. If you're not my friend, you can't see any of this shit. I'm very childish for 42 years old. Social media is driving us crazy.
Yeah. How about the rap that I almost wrote?
Yeah, Shire was so drunk. For those of you that tuned into our Facebook Live shows, thank you. I hope you had fun. We're trying to get the technical. I don't know if the technical's on our end because this podcast is we don't have any problems when we record a podcast. But Shire got so drunk the other night, and then at the end of the night, she wanted to. Her dad always breaks up with his girlfriend and gets back together like
every 5 seconds.
Like they're sophomores in high school.
But he writes about it every time. But he doesn't write specifically about it. So I'll read you his post.
So he's very dramatic. Like I said,
says,
it feels like an 8th grader. Wait, before you read it though, it's like it's what we all did in 8th grade. You break up and then you write something vague, but
well, actually, we're going to rewind because when you and I were in Hawaii, my dad made a post.
No, this isn't her real dad. This is like her.
This is my stepdad.
Stepdad. Because her real dad.
Yikes,
Rest in peace.
Roni. He took a family. Ugh. Anyway,
we don't come from the best gene pool, me and Shire.
He took a family photo with his chick.
So they're back together today.
Apparently. When did we go to Hawaii? In February?
February, for Valentine's Day.
So he posted this thing in February. Oh, I hope he didn't delete it. And
I'm sure he did delete it. So here's...
God damn it.
So he does these like childish little rhymes. They're not like a real rap, but it's more like a nursery rhyme. Like, let me paraphrase while she tries to find it. He took it down. I would say it'd be something like this. Like, I know you were mad, but you handled this so bad, and now I'm home feeling sad. Only you can reunite us and make me feel glad. You're the best I ever had. Hashtag maybe I'll see you tomorrow, or something just so fucking corny, which every girl should just, you don't date bitches. Is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Ladies, date men. Date a man. Don't pout. I've talked about it on here before. If you're on Instagram and your boyfriend's like checking your shit, like you're supposed to get likes. You know, like obnoxious black ladies are supposed to yell at your girl's tits. Like, don't be a pouty. Have a little confidence in yourself.
Well, the funny thing was he posted that rap thing, and then my brother commented. My brother, who was like, poor thing, very socially
Which
awkward.
is actually his dad, though, right?
Yes. He posted, damn, dad spitting those bars. And I laughed so hard at that. Anyway, he took down, I'm glad I took a screenshot of it because he took down the post from the other day that I wanted to write a rap about. So the other day, he and his girlfriend or fiance obviously had a little breakup. And then he wrote, sometimes it doesn't matter what you say. It won't matter what you do. When you think you're doing good, it'll be fine. It'll find a way to be used against you. No deed goes unpunished.
I don't agree with that, but again, you have the right to your opinion.
So
this is a grown-ass man writing this shit on Facebook. How many likes does that get?
At like 3:00 in the morning.
Yeah.
Because it was like 1 something here.
Does that get attention for him? It's obviously an attention grab? Or?
It's an attention grab, but it's deleted already.
But how many likes do you think it is? It's just for her to see, right?
1 person liked it and 1 person sad-faced it.
Which one were you?
Neither. I commented a gif of some blonde girl that just says, no, that's impossible.
Which was good that she did that because this drunk idiot was trying to write a rap to write on there.
Got right here for you.
Which I'm going to let her perform for you or say for you. And I was telling her to take it down, and one of our Patreons, her best friend Emily, shout out to Emily, was telling her to take it down.
I didn't
but
even
she
post it.
was so drunk enough. I'm gonna post whatever. I don't care what you guys say. I can do it. She really thinks she's fucking Ruth from Oscar now, from Ozarks. And if you don't know the show, Ruth, if I could explain it, she's just a little fucking mouthy bitch that thinks she runs the world and listens to nobody. So we're like, babe, don't. I said, just don't take it. You're going to regret it in the morning. And she was like, oh, look at Mr. Rules over here. Somebody now fucking loves the rules. Oh, Mr. Don't Post It, huh? That's the brand. I was like, this bitch is just, I was just praying she'd drop her phone and it'd break or she'd fall asleep. Because this is after she got White Claw all over the studio, knocked my fake college degree off the wall. She was out of control. But so I'm sober, which is so rare in life. I've never been in this situation, but I'm like, hey, just maybe take it down. You don't want to do this. Because I go, first of all, it just sounds like shit. It's just an awful rap. If you want to, I'll help you write something. I'm sober. This is what I do. I can help you.
No, I was like, what rhymes with this? And you would tell me something, and then you'd be like, wait, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Why are you doing this?
Well, or she would just go, well, give me another. So we'll let you go ahead. You read it, and then I'll explain. This is our favorite rapper.
Whoa, kaboom!
So I wrote it in my notes, and I never posted it online.
Thank God.
All I did was respond
Oh,
with
shit. Here we go
the
again.
GIF.
Go ahead.
So my rap back to him was, at some point we realized the truth. You're doing it to yourself. She's as fun as a phone booth. She ain't taking no calls. She all about that money. Quit being a bitch, Misty. We know all you want is that honey.
Just awful. One of the
I'm so proud of
one
that.
of the worst raps of all time.
Yeah, but if you don't call someone a bitch in your rap,
Yeah,
is it even a rap?
It's just shot fired at your dad's girlfriend. It doesn't make any sense. She wants something to rhyme with truth.
You said phone booth.
I know, but I didn't know what you were doing at the time. I just walk upstairs. You go, what rhymes with truth? I go, I don't know, phone booth. So then she puts that in, and I go, this is awful. This is stupid. She goes, and tell me something else that rhymes with truth. I go, I don't know. There's not really anything. I don't know. I go, couth, or like, I go, I don't know. There's nothing. So it wasn't an argument, luckily, because I was sober and she was and eventually I was like, when you're trying to help somebody and they're just so I'm gonna do my thing. I'm gonna do what I want. I gotta post this. I don't care. Then you're eventually like, all right, well, fucking do it if you're hard. Let's see, post that. Just let's do it.
No, and then Emily was on the phone with us.
We're both trying to talk her off the ledge.
Don't do it. So I was like, fine, I'm gonna put it in my notes. And you guys were like, great, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah.
Just put it in your notes.
I was saying, like, if you want to post it tomorrow, you can. I go, you can obviously do whatever you want. I'm not the boss of you. But I was like, what I would do is wait till the morning. Mm-hmm. If you still think this is a great rap and and you need to call your dad's girlfriend a bitch, and if this is what you need to do, let's just do it in the morning.
I still think it's a good rap.
It is not a good rap. It was awful, but it was good.
I don't agree with that, but you have a right to your own opinion.
I don't even have here's what I would say about your rap.
Like I give a fuck what you think.
Oh, no, that's what you were saying to me. That's actually what she said. So yeah, that was our drunk night. Shire, we had champagne. Well, not we. Shire had champagne, White Claw, some 291, vodka shot. Yeah. And she was on fire.
And I haven't been drinking either.
Yeah, so you were all over the place.
Yeah.
Like if you watch the Facebook Live show, to sum it up, the best thing I grabbed her White Claw can, and it was just dented on like 6 sides, like it'd been in a car wreck. I was like, let me just show you. This is how you know she's drunk. There's just like dents on like different parts of the can. I was like, what the fuck happened? Nothing says drunk like your dented can all over. I was like, this girl is fucking hammered. And then she was full out Ruth, like a phone booth. That's what rhymes with booth. Your fucking girl Ruth. She was just yelling at people because the Facebook Live was cutting out, which we think's Facebook's part, but people were yelling at us, and she would just be, it ain't our fucking problem. It's your guys' internet at your fucking house, you dumb fucking hillbillies out in Wyoming. I was like, Jesus, these are my friends. She's telling people they have old balls and shut the fuck up. So if you missed it, I'm sorry, but you should definitely add me on Facebook and Shire. I'll keep you around unless I'll eliminate some comedians for you. But we've been doing these live shows, and they are a lot of fun. So that is a segment called "We Are Drinking Again." Shire is drinking again, and trust me, I'm sure when I start drinking again, it's going to be. My first night back will be crazy.
Your first night back, I might have to be sober.
Yeah.
To make sure you don't post anything crazy on the internet.
I post raps because I got to be honest.
You think you're a rapper?
I am a rapper. I've done it on here before. It's fire. But we're all. I shouldn't say we all, but me personally, I'm spending way too much time on social media, and it's making me start to hate some people. You know, so the last thing I need to do is get drunk because that's when my social media courage.
Yeah.
If you guys remember the Brad Garrett episode, is when it is on a whole nother level. So who knows? Hopefully you guys are drinking and having fun in my honor since I have to try to stay sober. But that was the excitement of this week, right?
That was definitely exciting.
Did anything else even happen we could tell them about? We had a black lady yell at you.
TikTok has been great.
Yeah, Shire's killing the TikTok game. I mean, I've done nothing at all impressive.
Yeah.
I took a walk yesterday through the ghetto, and then, like I said, it's real around my house. There was a couple. And I had my mask on because you're supposed to have a mask if you walk. So I have like a pretty dope-ass bank robber mask that Shire bought off Amazon. But I definitely stumbled into a couple of the wrong neighborhoods. You know, when you come around a corner and then you don't want people to think you're racist, so you don't just immediately cross the street to draw attention. I don't know if you've ever been there, but I came around two corners. There's just like 4 or 5 black dudes just out chilling with big pit bulls and shit, like straight out of a Snoop video. And I'm cool with, I have no problem. I have a ton of black friends, and I think I have a swagger that is fine. Like, I think black dudes know that I'm on the right squad whenever they see me, but it's still like when I came around the corner, I was more scared of the pit bull, but they're like, "What's up, man?" I was like, "Oh, what's up?" But I'm talking through my mask like a fucking nerd. I was like, and I'm wearing all blue, which I don't know if I was supposed to, but anyway.
You said they were in blue, though.
One set of them was in blue because there is some shootings and weird shit by our house.
Well, it's interesting too because all the trap house people, they all have red cars and they all wear red.
No, but then all the guys across the street wear blue.
Huh? No,
all the guys that stand out in front of our house. Those guys stand across the street wear blue all day.
Oh, I see red guys out there.
I don't know. This is the nerdiest white conversation. We just sound like the gangs moved into our neighborhood, and now.
And then when I was looking out the blinds,
we are so nerdy. We've lost all our edge. We used to be cool, and now we're quarantine cool. So now, yeah. I wish we had more to tell you guys. Obviously, there's still no sports. Shire's been watching a little sports with me, reruns.
Yeah.
I thought I had a good observation that the one sport that should be canceled from this is beer pong.
Yes.
Because that is just germs all over the floor and balls and everything, which I sucked at anyway, so I'm good if that goes away.
We watched a basketball game that aired before I was born the other day.
Yeah. Shire keeps pointing out stuff. Everything I like, I'm old. Everything I like was before she was even born. Like, there's a movie or something. I was like, you ever seen this? She was like, I was 8. I was like,
well, yeah. You're like, I don't know what movie it was. You're like,
you haven't even seen The Wedding Singer.
I think I have.
No,
I don't know.
You definitely haven't.
So
when someone says they've seen a movie and then it gets to like the most important part and they're like, wait, what's going on here? I'm like, no, you've never seen this movie.
I don't know. But whatever the movie
she thought Adam Sandler was like a rock star. I was like, no. But go ahead.
Well, it kind of seems like it when you haven't seen the whole movie.
True.
Anyway, why don't you play for them the special thing that we have?
Oh, you ready?
Yeah.
Okay, guys.
But I don't have anything to follow it up, do you?
Yeah, didn't he say something when he was here?
What? Who was here? We didn't have anybody over.
Yes, we did. I don't care what people say. We can have one person over.
What?
Well, we did. You're not. I don't care. My sanity is more. we were taking our precautions. But anyway, it is time for a very special thing that we flew someone in just to record this for you guys. Are you ready? It is time for... Are you ready? Sorry, I got to move stuff. It is...
Are you ready?
And now it's time for Chancellor's Quote of the Week.
Yes, that is our boy Chancellor. He came over just to record that for you guys. Oh shit! And he didn't he say something I thought was an incredible quote while he was here?
I'm sure.
I don't know, but Chancellor,
You were just laughing the whole time.
he's super funny. I'd love to have him on the podcast, but he and his boyfriend Chris were here.
We made a hula hoop TikTok.
Yeah, we hula hooped, which I suck at.
Mm-hmm.
And you were too good at. But what
But
was...
I taught Chancellor how. He learned.
I thought he had a quote. Well, so anyway, we have the sound effect, but unfortunately, I don't think we have a quote for you guys. I'm sorry. Damn it. You want to hear it just one more time, though? Tell me the production value isn't good.
And now it's time for Chancellor's Quote of the Week.
It just makes me so happy.
That we added that and the other sound effect I added this week, and it's for you guys, a special thing that I do. I've called in a favor, and whenever you listen to this podcast, I want you to look up in the sky because I've requested the Thunderbirds to fly over your house. And there they go. That was from our Facebook Live show where Shire did the Pledge of Allegiance. And all my friends stood up, and then we had a flyover.
Mm-hmm.
But that was Chancellor's almost probably be here next week quote of the week.
Yes.
Now it's time for salon stories. Are you ready? Okay, that was Shire's salon stories. We have none.
We have nothing.
We have nothing going on. We are so
This
bored.
episode. Hey, what have we been watching?
What have we been watching? Oh shit! Actually, last night we stayed up till 1 a.m.
Two.
to watch the new Tiger
In
King
the
episode till 2 a.m. to watch the new Tiger King episode, which was just Joel McHale in his brand new Definitely Had Hair Plugs interviewing the
A
cast.
show.
But there was no Joe Exotic, no Carol Baskin. So
You
that
loved it. You were laughing really hard.
well, they're just such trash. I mean, I just love white trash. I think it's in my blood, and just having them answer, they're so. What I love about them is they're not built for being celebrities. They don't give celebrity answers, you know, like what I talked about on the Brad episode or something. Brad just always knows how to handle everything right. He's very thoughtful when he speaks. He is always 3 or 4 steps ahead, and I think that's how most celebrities are. And these people just became celebrities, and they have no idea. I mean, they cuss and they just are like, well, I don't give a fuck about. I mean, they were just incredible. So it made me laugh that they, you know, over time they'll probably figure out how to answer stuff. But he was lobbing them up questions that were just perfect for, you know, you would just give the politically correct right answer or the diplomatic answer, and they just have none of that in them. They just say, I was fucking at Walmart, and these dumb fucking idiots, you know, it's during the pandemic, and they're taking pictures of me, and I ain't even got no legs.
They don't even care. They'll just come up and shake my hand, even though we're in the middle of a pandemic.
Yeah, so we watched that. We what else have we been watching?
Well, 90 Day Fiancé is coming on.
Yeah, we're gonna watch that tonight. 60 Days In is wrapping up. I think they all got busted for being undercover in the jail, so it's been kind of uneventful. They're pulling them out. We still watch a ton of Office and First 48. Yeah, man, it's just so fucking boring. Do we watch anything else? I think we're gonna watch this new show on Netflix about the weird like cult up in Oregon.
I watched the drug one.
Oh yeah, Cher's been watching that. How was that?
Well, it's fine. I didn't finish it. I kind of feel it's fine. Basically, this girl worked in a drug lab, and she started stealing the drugs from the lab and doing them because she wanted to know what they felt like, and then she liked it.
Our fathers would be proud of her.
Yeah. And then she got addicted, so then she was just like doing meth and coke at work all the time. But she was describing it, and it sounded exactly like me when I drink my coffee in the morning. So I'm pretty sure that my coffee's laced with meth at this point.
Really?
Yeah. And then I stopped watching the show because I got nervous.
I'm sure I told you this story about when I thought I'd never done heroin, but I did something I thought was like heroin. Have you heard this story?
Maybe. What did you do?
So my friend, shout out to my buddy Mike Cummings, very funny comedian, lives in LA. He doesn't do comedy anymore because he wanted to be happy, and he's super happy. He has a wonderful girlfriend and a cat, and she has like 3 Doc Martens. They're very happy. But he
3 Doc Martens?
No, she works at Doc Marten. Anyway, he just celebrated his 21st year of AA, of being sober.
Oh.
So we went to a meeting in LA with him on, I think, his 20th to, show support and just go check it out. And I think he thought we all needed to go to AA. So we went, but he was bad on heroin, right?
What?
He had a bad heroin addiction. And he lived in Hawaii, and he would just beat up tourists and steal all their shit. He's on an episode of the 31, I think episode like 6 or 7. If you want to go back and listen to it, it's a good one. But so then one night I fell down the rabbit hole of I forget which band. I want to say it's like Alice in Chains or something, where the guy died of a heroin overdose. But then, so I stayed up till like 6 in the morning reading about heroin and all this stuff. And then I read this guy said when he was on heroin, it was like he was laying in a pool, in a beautiful pool with the perfect like bath water. And he was just laying up on his back, staring into the stars. And he described this thing as like that's what it felt like to be on heroin, right? So then fast forward, like 6 months later, I go to Cabo for this comedy festival. And at the time, the water was just perfect. And we would just get blasted because we got free tequila and free Coronas for the whole weekend as the comics. So we would just get wasted. And then I would get so drunk. And then in the middle of the night, I'd swim out into the ocean. And like the ropes that they have at like a swimming pool that the lifeguards are always like, stay off the ropes. Mm-hmm. So at the corner of that, it makes like a crucifix, right? So I would just swim out there, and then I would lay like a crucifix on those ropes and just stare because the sky is perfect and the water was perfect. It was it was really fun. I really enjoyed it every night by myself. So I would lay out there just, in hindsight, an awful idea. I could have drowned, just so fucking stupid.
You just could have been eaten by a shark instead.
And yeah, I don't know if there's sharks out there or not, but I would just lay out there. This is before I knew anything about heroin, right? Another thing I did is I would get so drunk, I would just lay at the front where the ocean crashes in and hits you. And I was just so happy and drunk that I would just lay there, and then the waves would come in and crash me and just toss me around, and I didn't care. And then people would run up and they thought I was just a dead body laying there on the beach because I was just getting tossed around. So anyway, I would do this at night. And obviously it was a bad decision, but it was really cool to do. Maybe it's something I should have done sober, not drunk, So then I come home and I tell Mike, me and Mike would go on hikes. I go, hey, Mike, you know how you did heroin? I was reading this article about that it's like swimming in a pool, just laying on your back, perfect water, staring at the stars. That's what heroin's like. And I was like, so I kind of think I kind of felt like I did heroin because I was doing this in Cabo, and he got so fucking mad at me. He's like, dude, you're a fucking idiot. You're like, heroin almost ruined my life, and you're comparing your fucking little vacation to doing heroin. I said, I lost everything in my life. I did all these things I regret. I could never change. And you're talking about laying in Cabo and the water is like heroin. I was like, oh shit, I'm my bad, man. I'm sorry. I'd never done heroin. Because I think I said to him, I was like, so I kind of think I've like done heroin. And he just like stopped in his tracks like, you fucking idiot. So, yeah.
And that is your advice on how to make friends.
And that is how you totally disrespect your friends who have gone through something. It'd be like if you had like AIDS or something. And I was like, I remember I stubbed my toe once. It'd be like, what?
It's like when people who only have pets try to give people with kids parenting advice.
Yeah. Which is my hate. I mean, we love our dog, but Segura talks about it. Did he do it on the special or when we saw him live?
He did it live. I don't know if he did it on his special or not.
But and I don't even think, and I love Segura, but it can't be that original of a bit of like, but he was just like, yeah, I love my dog more than anything in the world. But not like if it bites my kid one time, I'll fucking drown it right now. That's my kid. We love our Teddy. He's a good boy. Teddy, we talk about it every week. He doesn't want this to end. He is so spoiled.
I know.
And he's crushing on TikTok. He's our little he's our little content machine.
But now I just keep telling him that he needs to know when I go back to work, it's not his fault, it's your fault because you didn't win the lottery.
Yeah. That's what I really dream about too much. We go on these 8-mile walks every day, and half of them are me just saying what I would buy if I won the lottery and how much money I would just blow. First of all, you Patreons are set. You're welcome. I would give away so much money just because that's what makes me happy.
I think, like, karma-wise, you should win.
I know this is absurd. I really do think I'm going to win Powerball one day.
I hope you do.
I really, it's crazy to think like that. I know I used to live with Andrew Slater, my roommate, who would he refused to buy a ticket. Mm-hmm. It would get up to $1 billion. I'd be like, it's $3. It could change your family's life for the rest. And he's like, it's fucking stupid. You'll never win it. And I would go buy like 30 of them when I had like 10% of what I had in life. I would have to go just play. But sometimes this is weird shit to talk about, but I have like feelings and intuition, and I have very strong instincts. And I know this is crazy, but in some weird way, I hope people play this at some point. I really do think somehow I'm going to win Powerball. And if I do, you guys are going to reap, because I'm not giving it to like fucking charities. I'm giving it to all my friends.
Yeah.
Like,
I think that you will win just because you believe it so much, and also because you have like legitimate plans to like be so generous with it. You're not like, I am gonna keep all of it to myself and I'm gonna buy $1 billion boat. You're like, I'm gonna give all my family this, I'm gonna give all my friends this,
I'm gonna give my family just like a little bit,
all Comedy Works people this,
all my Comedy Works people,
and then I'm gonna give the rest of my money to Ped.
Yeah.
And well, I'll buy you whatever house you want, and then I'll give all my money to Ped.
Like the it's like 180 million this week, right? So if I won, I would give I would put like 10 million into like a trust for our kids one day, and then I'd give 20 million in a trust for you if anything ever happens to me. But then we still have 150 million. So then I would give 75 million to our Patreon and my financial guy Pedersen. And then I'd have 75 million, and I would just blow it all. And no one could tell me anything because my kid's taken care of, you're taken care of. I'd give them the craziest part. I love my family, and they don't listen to any of this shit, so they don't. And my sister doesn't count in this because she's very responsible. But if I won lottery, this is how crazy it is when I think about the lottery. And I think I've said this on here before too. But if I won the lottery, I'd buy all my family fucking their dream cars, but I would have to put breathalyzers in them because they just don't know how to act. They would just get fucking DUIs and shit. And I think my family,
I wonder if you could just get them like an unlimited Uber passcode,
which I would do that too, but I'd still buy them their car. Trust me, I've thought about this so long. I go, here's my Uber account, use it whenever you want, and then here's your dream car, but don't, if you get a DUI, it's gone.
Your mom would not ever use Uber because she'd be afraid that they were going to follow her home.
Yeah, my mom would. I don't know what I'd do. I mean, I love my mom and them, but I'll tell you what, it would cause a family thing because they would be mad if someone got something more than the other ones.
I would never tell my family.
Well, Shire thinks that we could win the lottery and keep it a secret.
Well, yeah.
Which is absurd. She might still be drunk.
I would not tell my family.
You don't have a choice. Everyone would tell your family.
No. Who's going to tell my family?
First of all, anybody that finds out you won the lottery is going to.
How are they going to find out?
Because we're going to talk about it on the podcast the second we win.
Nobody that knows my family listens to the podcast.
Babe, if you won Powerball, your family would know maybe 24 hours before they knew.
They don't even know where I work.
Yeah, but they don't care about that. They would care about $100 million.
Well, I don't have $100 million.
But if you won Powerball, you would.
No, I wouldn't.
Shire's crazy.
I would only have 20 in a trust.
No, if you won, well, yeah, but even still then, we'd give your family money. Like, I wouldn't care. No. The problem is what would happen is if I gave my mom like $1 million and I gave my sister like $1 million, I gave my brother like, they'd be pretty good. But I think like my cousins or if someone got mad at the amount of money I gave them, that's when I'd get mad. You know? If they were like
people
greedy.
People are going to get mad.
Well, then I would cut them off. Like if I gave you something and it wasn't enough, I'd be like, so like at Comedy Works, you guys know how much, I love Comedy Works so much. And they've been so amazing to me. But I would give different employees different stuff because certain employees have only worked there for a month, and certain people have been there every day since I've been there for 2 years. So I'd give like my main employees $20,000, and then
main employees.
Well, no, my main friends there. The main employees, not mine. And then I would give like the newest people like $2,000 or something. But you wouldn't think they would complain. I don't know. This is how I spend my days thinking about.
This is what our lives have come down to.
But just know I got you guys. I'm a loyal ass dude. So you guys are with me in this podcast before it was anything big. But I would be the same ass dude, I really think. I just have better shoes and doper cars. And I would pick up every tab forever. But I would still go to Comedy Works and just drink White Claws and bust balls and tell jokes. And I would still probably do this podcast. Maybe not every day, but I would do it.
We would just live in the Four Seasons.
Yeah, we just live in a penthouse on top of the Four Seasons. But I would just go to more concerts and sporting events and take more of my friends.
I would not work.
Yeah.
And I would just cook all the time.
We'd probably have a chef, but...
What? You always say that. I don't want a chef.
A part-time chef.
Mm-mm.
Well, what if we have 20 people over? You want to make a meal for 20 people?
Well, you don't have to have a part-time chef to hire a chef for one night.
Yeah, but I want to have 20 people all over time. We have 40 Patreons. I didn't fly them all out and have dinner with all of them.
Every night?
No, but like at least once. Not every night. They can't fly out here. Are you all right? I need to just make that a sound effect.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right.
That was enough about maybe I'll win Powerball someday and we'll all have a big Patreon party. Another reason, join the Patreon.
Yeah.
Because you will get hooked up. I promise you that. I'm the most loyal motherfucker there is.
Mm-hmm.
And I know who's good. And you don't have to be a Patreon to be good, but I know who supports and rides with this.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, that's kind of what we do. We are enjoying Cher's enjoying not working. I hate it, but I'm trying to win Powerball so she doesn't have to work anymore. And then I wonder how many pets you would have in our house. That's what I said today. I go, when I get rich and famous, every time I go on the road, I'm going to come back and you're going to have like a fucking kitten and a baby goat, a tortoise. Everything I try to buy on Craigslist, you're going to actually own the karma.
Well, you never know.
All right. What else we have? We have anything else to talk about? Do we have are you all right? Nothing really. I mean, we're trying to give you guys content, but we just don't do shit. We might have you guys need to send in some stuff. If you guys have any suggestions, email me, Brandt@BrandtTobler.com. If you have any questions. I said we got to do better at taking notes, but we just don't do anything.
I know. I feel like we've documented everything that we've done.
Yeah. Well, I do feel like we let you guys down this week, and we are.
If anybody wants to try something fun, I highly recommend the handstand challenge on TikTok. It's a Shakira song, and you do a handstand, and you do this like little dance thing with it. It's pretty fun.
All right. I don't know if my fan base is really.
You don't have to you can literally just like type it into Google.
How long do you think I could? No, I don't think my fan base is handstanders, not or TikTokers. Really, I think it's a lot of dudes.
Dudes are on TikTok.
Yeah, but I can do a headstand. How long to do the handstand you're talking about? If you gave me the rest of the quarantine, you think I could maybe do it?
Yeah, let's try it because I want to get better with being able to just like. I want to get as good at handstanding as I am at hula hooping.
Why?
Why not?
What
else do I have anything?
Well, yeah, but why don't you work on something we can use in our lives?
We can use that in our lives. Well, content. If I learn how to handstand and stay like that, then I can hula hoop in a handstand, and then we will be famous.
No.
Yes.
No.
Why are you going to be a dream crusher?
Okay. Since you believe in my Powerball dream, I will believe in your handstand hula hoop dream. Mm-hmm. Okay. And next week we'll have Becky on, hopefully to talk about, sorry, Becky, didn't mean to interrupt your Easter dinner. I think she wrote back, but I'll wait till we're done. Or if any of you guys want to call in, any of the Patreons want to call in, we'd gladly have you. You guys know the number, you know the email. I just want to mix it up. I don't want this to be a dead episode, but man, we just don't do shit.
I think that you are really harnessing a lot of that energy right now.
Okay.
And I need you to harness
Let me
the
bring it out.
content
Yes.
energy.
Here's a little content for you guys. Let's wrap it up with some good content, which is, well, Tone's making good content for us.
We're about to go watch 90 Day Fiancé.
That'll
We're
give us-
about to have a delicious Easter dinner of our own.
Yeah, what are we having for Easter dinner?
We're going to have a lemon garlic pork tenderloin
Oh,
with, I haven't decided yet. Either we're going to do mashed sweet potatoes or we're going to do roasted sweet potatoes, carrots, maybe beets.
Yes.
And
and while she makes that, I'm going to do a Craigslist Chaos Easter edition.
I don't think you should.
Well, that means I got to do it.
'Cause,
Why?
Because Becky can't answer the phone.
Well, sometimes, but if they do, it's Easter.
I think that you are the Grinch of Easter if you do Craigslist Chaos.
Well, I'm doing it because we need more content. I never celebrated Easter as a kid. Well, actually, I did. That's the only time we went to church every year was Easter.
Yeah, it's like a sacred holiday.
Yeah, but I didn't
Except
care.
at the salon that employs me, or
Mm-hmm.
I guess not anymore because I'm laid off. Anyway, they're open every Easter Sunday. I used to
Really?
have to work Easter Sunday.
And people would come in and get their hair did?
Who gets their hair did on Easter?
Yeah, I never was into church. It was bored the shit out of me. I got more into it as an adult. Just
Into
'cause-
church?
Yeah. I thought church was stupid.
As a
Kid.
and
I-
then as an adult you went?
As an adult, when I went, I was more interested because if you have a good pastor, I really felt like the pastor was always speaking directly to me. I was fortunate enough to go to some churches that had good pastors. I'm not really religious at all.
Who and where and when did this happen?
Well, my
in your life?
grandparents loved their church and they loved their pastor. So I would go if my grandmother asked me, or when I lived with a Mexican family in Phoenix, they were very big in church. So I'd go with them on the Catholic shit, or I would go when I dated the Mormon girl. I had to go to that like twice so I'm always open. It's just not for me, especially during football season. But I loved Easter because when we were a kid, we'd go to church. And you guys see some girls. There'd be some hot girls there. I liked that when I was like, 13 through 17. But then we got to go to Poor Richards and they had
Debunks the dream idea.
what?
The hot girls in church.
What do you mean it debunks the dream?
Well, your gay dream.
Oh, I'm not gay. God damn it.
Sorry, hot girls in church. What?
And I was a late boomer. I just like to look at them anyway. But anyway, maybe I was gay. Who knows? But we would get to go to Poor Richards, my favorite restaurant in Cheyenne, and they had a buffet, and it had shrimp. So I get to go eat shrimp, which is a big deal in Cheyenne. It's not a lot of shrimp. So I did like Easter. I'd wear my silk shirt and some khakis. I like to dress up, ironically. I like to either get super dressed up or just stay in sweats and shorts.
I think you should just always get super dressed up.
I don't have the budget for it. I have the sweatpants and long sleeve shirt budget. Whatever Surf Wyoming sends me.
Yeah.
Shout out to Surf Wyoming. Well, I don't know. Maybe
Maybe one day when we live in the Four Seasons and you're a millionaire.
I still would just wear the same shit every day.
All right,
I would just
well,
have better shoes.
You're a real ball of joy right now.
All right. Well, that was whatever this is. This is Easter edition. Wait, what about your Easters? I guess we should talk about Easter. Actually, you know what? As a kid, my grandparents would take us to the country club, and then we'd have.
La-ti-da, Richie Rich.
I know, and they had a big Easter egg hunt for all the kids. So that was pretty fun. I like a good Easter egg hunt when I was a kid to try to win. Did you do Easter egg hunts?
Yeah, sometimes.
Did you have an Easter tradition or no?
No, my mom always did really big, obnoxious Easter baskets that were really nice. She always really did up the Easter baskets. And
You made me a great Easter basket last year.
I did. And Teddy. You and Teddy both
Yeah.
got an Easter basket.
That was the start of a relationship. This year, you just kind of phoned it in.
Well, this year we're in quarantine.
Oh, okay. Blame it on the quarantine.
It's not like
Blame
I
it
could
on
go
the
out and shop.
I don't know. There's a Target 3 blocks away. I was just kind of hoping I'd wake up. I'm like a little kid.
There's still Easter
I'm joking. I'm totally
candy
joking.
in our pantry from last year that you didn't eat. Okay, what would be in your dream Easter basket then?
Crab legs, shrimp, some new shoes, Some of those robin eggs we had last week. Some mochi.
You want a lot of frozen items.
Just the food I like, and some White Claws.
So, all right, let me get this straight.
Oh no.
You want to have an Easter basket.
Yes.
With crab legs, shrimp, mochi, White Claw, robin eggs, and shoes.
Yeah. That'd be pretty dope, right?
In the same basket?
Yeah.
Okay.
With some ice, I guess, on the bottom. Maybe like a cool autograph, like poster of Mitch Hedberg or something, like something comedy related.
And you want that on ice too?
No.
So I can make sure I get it right next year.
No, I don't want anything. Yeah, Easter was never a big thing for, I guess.
We would go to the Elks Lodge.
Ooh.
And we would do Easter hunts there sometimes.
That's where my career is at now. I think I performed in like 4 Elks Lodges last year.
I've been to a lot of Elks Lodges.
Why?
What's the deal with an Elks Lodge? You have to like be a member, right? But isn't it?
I don't
like
know.
the
You sound
local...
like Seinfeld right there. What's the deal with Elks Lodges? Like, there's not even a lodge. There's not even elks there. Like, what's the deal with? What's the deal with these Elks Lodges?
Well,
I don't know. I think it's like a secret meeting. I guess it's not secret. I don't know what it is.
I just thought it was like a place for alcoholics because that's where all my family would
Well, yeah,
go.
I do know it's a cheap bar.
Yeah.
Somehow they wiggle around the liquor license thing, and then because they're always trying to get me to do a show at the Elks Lodge in Cheyenne, but I'm like, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'd rather do. I just don't know the rules.
Yeah.
So I don't know. Can anybody come? I don't know.
Well, we would go because somebody that we knew was there and they would invite us.
They juiced you into the Elks Lodge?
Yeah. And then we would do like, it just was different every year. Sometimes people are in town, sometimes they weren't.
Will we have a holiday tradition like that? We'll just give our kid Easter baskets and stuff?
Yeah.
What else? You know, I feel like Easter's like the holiday you get a bike.
Oh.
No?
Sure.
Like it's like springtime and then your kids probably, I think that's a good Easter present, right?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe the Easter Bunny can bring a trampoline.
Oh, I'll be a good Easter Bunny, Powerball or not.
So Santa Claus brings winter weather things and the Easter Bunny brings
Spring.
summer and spring things.
Yeah, so the Easter Bunny would bring like a trampoline, a bike. Christmas, you'd buy your kid, I don't know. I would say like video games and stuff, but I don't want my kid playing video games all the time.
No, I really am like a big fan of the idea of not doing a lot of stuff for Christmas and buying a vacation.
Yeah,
like
that's not
I did
bad.
this year.
Good job. Well, all right. Okay. So Easter, yeah, this is a good Easter.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't really know.
It's pretty chill.
It's chill.
Made brunch and I made cookies
Mm-hmm.
and maybe we'll have lunch at like 5:00 and then it's 5 right now. And then we'll have dinner at
Around 10.
10 or 11 like we usually do.
Nothing like a Easter dinner at 10:30 p.m. on a Sunday
Nothing like
night.
Easter dinner when it's the next day.
What in the world is going on with our lives?
What the hell?
What the hell? Well, all right, guys. Happy Easter. I hope you guys celebrated it however you guys do. And I'm sure it was hard for you to. I'm sure some of you guys have wonderful families and you do a big thing. And
We should probably just thank everybody who actually made it to the end of this episode.
Yeah, thanks for going through with us. We'll try to do better next week. It actually got good at the end. But hope you guys have a great Easter. We love you. And remember, if you don't listen to this podcast, you are dead to us. Yippee, yippee, yeah. It always causes more trouble than it's worth. How about this? What's your favorite day of the year?
I'd say July 4th weekend, Memorial, things like that. Like any of the big ones. Memorial. What's the other one? The other weekend we got Memorial
Labor
Weekend.
Day.
We also have
Like
Labor Day and July 4th. That's my shit.
Yeah.
It's always been my favorite. It's always been like the best. You know, going to the beach, hanging out, drinking beers. That's like the ultimate.
Yeah.
I just enjoy it. I just want to be at the beach, hanging out, playing cornhole, swimming, laying there, whatever, drinking beers, just chilling on the beach.
Yeah, no, those are the days I miss the most right now. Being around my friends and
bike riding,
drinking, and just chilling. Some good
Yeah,
music
you know,
and some
getting on
good food, and we're set.
Yep, getting about now. It's like behind the grill. I'm ready to rock. I'm the grill man. You know,
Yeah.
that's my shit. You know, even with the evolution of your life as an adult, you know, as a male, you still like that holiday is still my thing. Like I'm not on the boardwalk on a beach trying to like talk to random chicks. I'm the grill man, you know, and I have a beer in my hand and everybody's having a blast, talking shit, playing cornhole, and just still by the beach, you know?
Yeah, no, it's perfect. All right, I got one more question for you, but before we go, make sure you check out Sean. You can check him out, Sean Latham, Twitter, Instagram, and check out his show, $20 Chef, and he will be back on the road, hopefully when the rest of us are, I assume, when this shit's over. Do you have any dates?
Which is going to be nuts, dude.
Yeah, I know. I can't wait.
I just started getting Funny Bones headlining gigs.
That's just awesome.
And this happened.
Oh, what sucks too,
but you know, if you think about it, any guys that's lower on the totem pole is fucked because when this comes back.
Yeah.
Because every single comedian at one time, the avails are going to go in, and all the guys that can sell tickets to only are going to get to work.
Yeah, because they got to make that money.
It's going to be a tough. It's going to be a tough war when we get back on these streets.
Which it always is in this fucking crazy world we picked. All right, I got one last question, but thank you so much for doing this, man. I appreciate you taking the time.
Thanks for having me on. I really appreciate it.
I love talking to you. And here's my last question. If you could script your last words before you die, what would they be?
Script my last words before you die. How long? Like, how many words are we looking at here?
Whatever. You can, whatever you want.
I'll be like, something to do with, you know, like just being able to understand that the ups and downs, but it's all still positive, like the positivity of it and seeing, you know, kind of like you create your own destiny type thing, you know, by never giving up and just keep on going. Like, especially like, you know, anybody that follows any dream, I mean, you just fill in the gaps, like as far as the details of what the dream is, but following it and chasing after it, you know, that's where, you know, they have the resiliency to keep moving, you know, and like not let anything deter you from the continuing along the path kind of thing, like something along those lines, you know, because that's what it really is. Like even today, like no matter how much adversity I've seen, you know, throughout this, since I started doing this shit in 2001, like I don't feel like I've made it yet. Like I make more money than I ever made, but I haven't sold out a weekend at clubs. I almost did in Chicago, and that was like a dream come true. I almost sold out the entire weekend. I was like 90% sold out, but I didn't, and I don't have a full schedule of, you know, I don't have bookers knocking down my door asking me to please come do the club and not do the theater.
Yeah.
So I still don't feel, I'm nowhere near like I'm successful enough to like I could look back onto a career or anything like that. I feel like I'm balls deep in it and I got a long way to go. So I don't know. I think that's it. It's just like, keep moving and stay positive and just know what you enjoy. And, you know, like whatever you enjoy, you have to make sure you just immerse yourself in it. Like I love to eat. I love to cook. I love to be funny, tell jokes, and just hang out. Like that's really what I like to do and write what I like to write about. So
that's perfect.
I don't know if that's not very inspiring, but it's good. Just more of like everybody always like, what's the secret? Nothing. Keep going.
Yeah.
Like that's it.
Keep going.
That's the secret.
Chase your dreams and don't chase them living by a beach.
And you also, by the way, you got hosed on the Barstool show and on the fucking. You got hosed ugly. You
it's
killed
right,
it.
Man.
You got hosed.
No, it was a great experience, man, and it was. You know, it's just a contest. Luckily, going through stand-up, that's one of the first things you'll learn as a stand-up is these contest shit. And it all worked out. In some weird way, everything worked out how it's supposed to. So, and I enjoyed the experience, and I'll be a Barstool fan for life. It was just as someone who enjoyed Barstool, just to be in there and fucking talking to Prez and just the whole thing. It was a really cool thing. So, you know, hey, shit happens. But I appreciate you saying that, man. I appreciate you helping me. But yeah. Good talking to you, man. Hopefully our paths will cross somewhere on this road somewhere. So hopefully get you out here to Denver.
Yeah, Will. Yeah, I can't wait. I got to get out there. I want to. I got to figure out getting a comedy works and get out there. Well, a lot of Barstool people out there.
Yeah, you know what? We'll talk about this off air, but I'll definitely try to help you with that. So Perfect.
Oh, that'd be great.
All right, buddy. I'll talk to you soon.
All right, my man.
See you.
Hey, I appreciate you. Thanks so much for having me on your show.
Yep. Anytime, bud. Thanks.